Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining us for another exciting segment of the Montrose Kia Care campaign. As always, you got a friend at Montrose. GoMontrose.com.
Welcome back to Montrose Kia in Sheffield, where we're doing the Kia Cares program. And who do I have the honor of sitting with today?
My name is Brandon Demakia with the Amherst Fire Department.
My hometown. I like it.
Awesome.
So we've got to do a lot of first responders from a lot of other towns, but
okay.
this is it's kind of special to me because I'm from Amherst, born and raised. That's where I was from. My parents went to school there. My dad went to school there. It's pretty awesome. So got a couple questions for you, if you don't mind. We're trying to give back to the community and our first responders, and your leadership and stuff you've done is just it's amazing to see what you did in the community. How come you wanted to be a firefighter?
It's a good question. When I was a little guy, my godfather was a union president and a firefighter for Lorraine Fire.
Oh, wow, okay.
My uncle was a lieutenant out of the East Side Station in Lorraine.
Wow.
And I got a bunch of other cousins out there too. And then when we got married, my father-in-law actually worked for the Amherst Fire Department. So,
Wow.
when you're little, everybody wants. A lot of little boys want to be firefighters or cops or whatever,
Sure,
right?
sure.
So that was always in my head a little bit. And then as I got older and understood how cool of a job it really was, it kind of fell into place.
Now, you say how cool of a job it is, and then that's awesome. But
Yeah.
for me, you do stuff that I can't do. I don't think I could look at a fire and go, I think I'm going to go in there. That's just not something I physically don't think I would be capable of doing.
Right.
And that's what makes it so important, what you guys do. You guys do what we can't. And that's why we think it's special for you. To let you guys know that the community has your back.
Sure.
We're trying to make sure you guys are on the front lines, still on the front lines today. There's a lot that's been going on the past 2 years that our community was kind of in shambles for a while.
Sure.
And it was because of leaderships, from the first responders, from how you guys handled the situation, that kind of was able to put us back on track. So when we talk about the Kia Care program, we say it over and over again. It's not about slinging cars. It's literally about trying to give back to you guys to make sure the community, is right there beside you. Or, we're behind you. You guys always stand in front. You guys are always selfless and always go in front. It's just amazing. So how long have you been with Amherst?
I've been in the Amherst Fire Department 24 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you kind of told us a little bit about what made you want to do it. But during the whole pandemic and everything, what kind of was going through your mind a little bit?
Well, I'll tell you what, just like anyone, it was new. So
Sure.
it was new ground for the doctors, the scientists, the firefighters, the police officers, everybody.
Yeah.
So what was going through our mind is what is going to happen to us? Are we going to lose a lot of people?
Sure.
Are we going to lose residents, family, friends, other firefighters? You're thinking. The media had us thinking that everything was going to be terrible.
Sure, right?
And I'm certainly not saying that it wasn't.
No,
but
right.
I think we're through the worst of it.
Right,
There's definitely more coming, but at least now we've had some practice, unfortunately, on what to do and maybe make things better for this next wave or whatever else is coming down the pipe.
See, and you guys have that mind frame of constantly looking to the future,
Yeah,
going,
right.
okay, we got past
Sure,
this,
yep.
and now we have to start looking at this.
Yep.
And you guys have families too. I mean, you guys have to go home.
Yeah.
It's not easy for firefighters, first responders of any kind,
Yeah.
to look at this situation and go, not only are you putting yourself at risk, but you guys are trying to take care of your families as well. How was that? I mean, how was that stress? How did you handle it?
So everybody handles it a bit differently,
Sure,
right?
sure.
We may all be firefighters or paramedics, but everybody is still a person.
Yeah.
And everyone in this world handles things, to a different degree, right? So me in particular, I just would be cautious after going on a first responder call and assisting our ambulance company in town, and going on a patient that we knew was COVID positive.
Sure.
So coming back to the station and cleaning up your gear and washing your hands and getting rid of your gloves and all that kind of stuff, you're thinking, do I have anything on me that I'm going to take home, put it in my car, give it to my kids, give it to my wife when I get home? We didn't know, right?
Right.
There's been a lot of changes on how we clean things from
Sure.
the way that it all started up until now. But still to this day, if I go on a positive patient, I hope that I'm not taking something home. Now, I want that patient to do better, to do well, and come out of it, but I also don't want to take whatever that person has home and have another patient at my house.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
Still think about that now.
And that's something that I don't think a lot of the community members realize, and I know a lot of us do. You know, we want you guys to know that we have your back, but a big part of that is that you guys do have to worry about going on calls like this, and it's not just during the pandemic; it's really anything.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure your family worries about you. We want you to let the community's worrying about
Sure,
you. We want to
sure.
give back to you to be
Yeah.
able to show you that it's not a thankless job. And I know you guys are so selfless when we give you guys praise and we say thanks and everything. You guys are like, oh, you know, it's our job. But it's so much more than that. You guys are taking care of our family members. And, you know, I told a story. My grandma had COVID, and it was horrible. You know, you don't know what's up or down at that point. But the first responders were there to, you know, they treated her like they were, you know, she was their grandma.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's something, you know, you never forget. That's
Right,
something you just don't, you know, it's hard to process
Sure.
in the moment. But
Yeah.
then when you sit back and think about it, you're like, that guy had no idea who I was.
Right.
You know, that girl didn't have to do that.
Sure.
There was no reason for you guys to put yourself out like that other than the fact that you guys are public servants. And I think it's time that we gave back to our public service. I think it's time that we opened up a little bit. So how, as a community, when we see the firefighters and the first responders, what can we do to kind of give you guys that boost?
First of all, you don't have to do anything, right? Because
That's
as you
the
say, it is our job. Right?
That's the theme, right?
So we're not expecting anything extra ever, right? You know, just when people just are genuinely friendly,
Yeah.
you know, that goes a long way because,
Sure.
you know, in this world, there's so much negativity on social media
Oh,
and even
yeah.
day to day when you're out shopping or, you know, buying a car, whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody cut you off on a roadway, whatever. Everybody is always quick to go down the negative path.
Sure.
So on a day when you're having a bad day and we're coming to help you, we're trying our best, and we hope that the people surrounding you and us at that time just be nice.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
just,
no, absolutely.
You know, because it goes such a long way, and things go a lot smoother when people get along, right?
Yeah,
And you come
yeah.
up with a common solution that we want to make things better, rather than making things more difficult, right?
And you know, it's such a small thing.
It's-
That
it's
really
easy.
is. But to you guys, it's not just a small thing. That you know, that can make you either walk through your front door smiling, or it can
Yeah.
make you walk through your
Yeah.
front door with your head down.
sure.
And we want to make sure you guys are always going home with your heads up.
Mm-hmm.
Your job is insanely hard. It's difficult. I understand that. I know a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
understand that. So we just want to give back, and we want to say thanks the best we can.
Yeah.
We want to make sure you guys know that we're always thinking about you.
Gotcha.
So I appreciate you coming on today
Yeah,
to
no
talk
problem.
about it, and I'm glad you're able to be a part of this program, and hopefully we are able to reach out and do our best to make sure you guys know.
Listen, we appreciate all the support that Kia is giving, and you're talking about feeding us. Everybody likes to eat,
Especially firefighters. Yeah.
So it's very nice you didn't have to do any of that, you know. But we appreciate that very much because, you know, at the end of the day, you do have to eat, right? And you do have to. The restaurants and the grocery stores and everyone else where the food comes from, you know, they were hit hard during all this as well, right?
Absolutely.
So by you guys being able to support them and support us, it's very nice. Good teamwork, right?
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. And again, one of the things that we want to make sure you know is that, you know, a little sandwich goes a long way when you guys are running into a burning building, pulling
It's all
people
good.
out. So it's the least we can do.
Okay,
and
cool.
again, you know, thanks for helping rebuild the community during all of this. So we really
Thank you for the
appreciate
kind
you.
words, yeah.
You're welcome. Welcome back to Kia Care program here at Montrose Kia. Who do I have the distinct honor of sitting with today?
This is Ryan Aroni, the president and CEO of United Way of Greater Lorraine County.
So explain a little bit of what United Way does, and then we'll kind of jump into your backstory.
Sure. Well, United Way is really interesting because we exist across the world, very strong presence across North America and the United States, but we're
Wow.
local in every single community. And
Sure.
so what United Way of Greater Lorraine County does is we serve all of Lorraine County, and we really focus on helping people who are living in poverty to get out of poverty. And
Wow.
we focus all the way back to early education, through middle school. We help people with their health and getting over health issues, and then financial stability to ultimately be healthy and successful in life.
So I'm a little familiar with the United Way program. A couple places I worked at, we used to do stuff with them. I guess I didn't realize it was such a large scale of like the presence you guys have throughout the world and everything. So, you know, you were talking about, you know, in the community and stuff like that. What made you want to kind of get involved with United Way, and how did you make your presence that way?
Yeah, it's interesting because I originally was working in athletics, and
okay.
growing up I played sports, and I wasn't really sure what I was passionate about, and
Sure.
so When I was in college, I started thinking maybe I can stay in sports even though I'm not good enough to play beyond college. And so I was, doing that, and I started learning quickly that a lot of sports teams have foundations, and they have things like Kia is doing out in the community to help
Sure.
local communities. And I started falling in love with that, and I realized, hey, I am passionate about something else besides sports. And so I was looking for ways that I could translate the skills I had acquired into working in the community. And I was born and raised in Lorraine County, and so I saw this job at United Way of Greater Lorraine County. It was a entry-level donor engagement fundraising position, and I went for it. I said, what the heck, I'll give it a shot, and I got it, and that was 10 years ago, and I've just realized how closely aligned the mission of United Way is with my own personal life experiences, and it's just been the perfect place for me.
So, and United Way has a big presence in Lorraine County, which is amazing that, during the pandemic and everything, you guys were big into helping people out and doing things. What kind of went a little bit through your mind during the pandemic, and how'd you guys handle that?
Yeah, the interesting thing about the work that we do in nonprofit, it's the need is greatest typically when the economy is at its worst. And
Correct.
we rely on people at workplaces, like you mentioned, to donate, people in the community, local businesses to make donations. And so our worry was our donations are going to go down because people are going to be struggling, yet we're going to be needed so much because people are struggling. And so it was just, how can we activate as quickly as possible to figure out how we're going to most efficiently help as many people as possible. The key part for us at United Way, we work in a pretty unique business model called collective impact. And the idea is that by working collaboratively together, we can all accomplish more than any of us can in isolation or competing against each other. And we've been doing that for 10 years or so. And over that time, we've built up this network of partners that hadn't typically worked together. And what we learned during the pandemic was that other communities that didn't have that network, it was much harder for them to activate. And we were able to make phone calls and leverage meetings that were already happening, call our friends at other agencies, and just get things done. And so when Emergency CARES Act funding and other types of money came into our community, that really helped make up the difference for the shortfall from all the people and corporations and businesses that were struggling. But we were able to get it out much quicker through our network, through our existing foundation of collective impact than many other communities were. And so we were very proud of that, and we were able to help a lot of people.
You guys have the same business model that I think most communities strive to have, and that's, you said the no competing thing. You're trying to basically show that, like you said, a key word you said in there is you can do more together than you can isolated. And I think after the pandemic, a lot of the community members thought the same thing. If we band together and we stand together, we can build anything. We can rebuild anything. And it's great to see that United Way had that model going in and knowing, that community is going to have to band together and stand together. And it's great to know that that's what that's what United Way did throughout the whole thing. What's one way that we can get involved with you? Because the community wants to back you guys. That's what the whole Kia Care program is we understand, just like what you said, no more isolation. We're banding together now. That's what Lorraine County's always done. I've lived through two horrible things, 9/11 and this pandemic, and each time here in Lorraine County, we've banded together, we stood up, and we figured out what we're going to do. And it's because of great leadership like yourself, like United Way. But what can we do to get more involved, to show you that you are not isolated, that you not only do you have the partners that you have, but the community's behind you as well?
Yeah, it's a great question, and we're always looking to engage the community in the work. It's not us at United Way telling the community what they need to do. It's the community being a part of the process. And so there's really three ways. You asked for one, but I'll give you three. At United Way, we talk about giving, advocating, and volunteering. And so everyone knows kind of United Way about the donation opportunities, and we have those. But it's more than just the traditional, I'm going to sign up at work, it's going to come out of my paycheck. We're doing other things in the community. One of them, and it perfectly aligns with what we're doing here at Kia, is a promotion called Small Business United. And so on the United Way website, uwloraincounty.org, we have a Small Business United page, and it lists preferred partners, our partners in the community that are small local businesses.
Sure.
And they are running promotions to give customers opportunities to make donations at the register.
Wow.
And it comes back to support United Way. And what this does is two things. It drives the network of United Way supporters
Sure.
out to support these local businesses. And then it raises money for United Way without asking those small local businesses to take some money out of their revenue or
Wow.
to change their margins.
Right.
It's the customer making the donation. So people can do two things at once, support businesses and support United Way. So that's one way. Advocate is another opportunity for us where we're doing public policy, trying to make systems change, policy change for folks who are interested in going to city council meetings or commissioners meetings or even down to the State House. We have opportunities to do that around causes that are critical to the work that we do. We mostly focus right now on transportation issues and also early childhood education issues as well. And then thirdly, it's volunteering. It's been difficult through the pandemic to volunteer in person. We're starting to open back up a little bit more.
Sure.
But we have virtual and from home options as well.
Wow.
We actually have a volunteer engagement hub attached to the United Way office in downtown Lorraine.
Oh, wow.
And we collect high need items, books, school supplies, tampons and pads, and people can collect those, come to the office and sort them out. Our network of partners can actually place orders through an inventory system when they need those high need items to go out to members of the community. And then our volunteers can actually deliver those out, have a route, and drop them off to the partners who need them.
Everything you just described, what you guys do, and of course we want volunteers to flock to you. If you can say the website one more time, so that way people can have a chance to go there and do things. But you never realize how important something is until something's taken away. And with the pandemic, you guys were still working through that to make sure nothing was taken away from the people that needed it. And I think, again, that's why we're doing this program, to give back, because while you guys are out on the front lines securing that stuff and still working through it and still getting people all the needs that they need and getting stuff like that, it's an absolute tremendous thing that you guys are doing. And the community does want to give back to you for that. We do want to make sure you know that we're super appreciative of everything you guys do. United Way has been a staple in Lorraine County for as long as I can remember. And I know a lot of people that have been helped through United Way. And so the fact that you guys, steadied the ship through the pandemic and through the mucky waters and all of that, we appreciate everything you did. So we want to be able to give back to you just a little bit. But we want the community to realize that without United Way, it could have been a lot worse. And not saying it wasn't bad, but it could have been a lot worse. And Lorraine County and our community is behind you because you guys have been in front of us for as long as I can remember. So I want to say a special thanks to you. I know Kia and the Kia Care programs wants to give a special thanks to you. So it's been great having you on. And if you can say the website one more time so people can go out there.
Yeah, and first of all, thank you. I really appreciate the kind words. And uwloraincounty.org is the website. All those opportunities to give volunteer, and advocate are right there. And more information on the Small Business United program as well, which is in partnership with the Kia Cares program.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again. It's been an honor sitting with you. Go out there, donate, volunteer, do whatever you can. Check out the website. The United Way is super important to Lorraine County, and I hope everybody has a chance to check them out. Welcome back to the Kia Care program here at Montrose Kia in Sheffield. And who am I sitting with right now?
This is Mike Thompson, CEO and Chairman of the Board of the Montrose Auto Group.
How did we get the big guy to come down for this?
Well, I'll tell you, the big guy that runs this store for me, Mr. Ewan, he squeezed me so hard I had no option.
So we're doing we're doing this program to give back to the community. We're doing this to give back to our first responders. And numerous people have told me over and over again how much that means to you. And I see you're wearing a veteran shirt. So before we go any further, I got to thank you for your service and everything you've done. It means a lot to me and my family. It means a lot to the community.
If I was young, I'd still serve.
See, that, America. Love it. We're, as we're into the community and doing things, the first responders during the pandemic went through all kinds of hell and back. And it just wasn't. It was very difficult to watch them do the things they did, the stuff that we couldn't do. That's why I think we're trying to give back, and it's great that Kia got involved with everything. And I know you're real hard about the first responders. Why does it hold such a special place with you?
Well, my grandkids, myself, my parents, all served in the military.
Wow.
A couple were in the police department, firemen.
Wow.
So naturally, you gyrate to them. And
That's right.
you develop this love of the first responders. That's what I call it. It just overwhelms me,
Yeah.
warms my heart, and it's like they offer so much, they do so much. You've got to give back. You've got to be there for them. That's just how it is with me.
And which is amazing. So, in talking about giving back, you've been a staple here in the community. You're a community leader here, especially in Lorraine County. How does that tie into everything you believe in? I mean, you're out there giving it your all, giving it your best, and this Kia itself is a backbone. When everything happened with the pandemic, we looked for people to lean on, to look and say, what are we going to do? We don't know what's happening. None of us has ever went through a pandemic like that. I've been through two horrible things in my lifetime. That was 9/11 and this. And both times I watched our community members rise up and lean and have someone to lean on. So, I mean, we appreciate everything you've done. But how does that, how did you guys get involved in this?
Well, to me, it's all about the American way. You're here because you love America, you love the people. You got to step up. You got to be out front. You lead from the front, not from the back.
Absolutely.
That's how we got involved.
That's wise
We
words.
wanted to be there. That's why that man right there is in charge.
Absolutely, and it's been amazing working with everybody. We got a chance to interview a whole bunch of first responders from all over the county. We got a chance to talk to nonprofits from all over the county, and some that are doing great national work as well, but it's housed here in Lorraine County. And I think that it's amazing to see all of these people coming together, especially through the pandemic, and going, you know what? We're going to push through it no matter what, period. We just are. And I think that the Kia Care program, giving back to them, means so much more than I think any of us really realize, because they're exhausted.
Look, it's big, and it's going to get bigger. And the more that people get behind it, the bigger it'll go. It's like pushing that snowball off Mount Everest.
That's right.
As it rolls down the hill, it gets bigger and bigger.
That's
and that's what
absolutely
we've
right.
got with that program. It's going to get bigger and bigger.
And it's great that Kia is behind it. It's great that you yourself are behind it. Like I said, you're wearing a veteran shirt, so you know what it's like to have to rely and lean on people. You know what teamwork is. You know what leadership is, and that's the kind of leadership we're looking for as we move forward to rebuilding the county, because that's what we're doing. We're trying to pick up the pieces that we were devastated from, and as the fact that small businesses have the ability to lean on people like this, and there are community leaders, just shows our character of what happens when we face diversity.
America rises.
Absolutely.
The American people go to the top.
Absolutely.
You may have a bump in the road, but you'll get over that bump and you'll keep climbing the hill. That's just how we are. That's in us. It's something God gave us.
It's the American way, right?
It's
That's
the American
what
way.
we do.
That's it.
And the fact that, again, that you're behind this program and you're a predominant leader in here. Is there anything you want to say to any of the first responders that that I haven't already said or anything?
Well, I don't know all what you've said, but the only thing I can say to them is we're here for you. The Montrose Auto Group stands solidly behind you. We don't do it any other way.
And that's a fact, too. We're witnessing it. We watched it happen. It's not just, you guys are walking the walk, talking the talk. You guys are out there. You had a goal. We made the goal. We did the goal. And like you said, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. And it's amazing to watch it unfold before our eyes, honestly.
100%. I agree. Couldn't have said it better.
So thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for having a chat with us and kind of getting involved in everything. And again, we thank you, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do all this. We be able to pull it through.
I thank everybody that's involved, my whole team here. They're the ones that make it possible. All I do is try and give them the tools that it takes.
Well, you
to
gave
make
him the
it happen.
tools for sure. You gave him the tools, and that's what a good leader does. And again, we thank you for being a part of this community. We thank you for everything you do inside the community. Just taking time out of your busy day to come in here and kind of share your story a little bit and talk
Very
about what
important.
Kia's doing. So thank you very much, and I appreciate it. It was an honor to talk with you.
Nice to meet you all, and God bless.